What's up, everybody? This is the Unstuck Podcast, and I'm your host, Drew Koss. Have you ever thought to yourself what the world would be like without social media? Or is there a reason that social media exists? Or how about, can I use social media in a healthy way? If you've thought any of those questions, this episode is for you. Let's dive into the episode. So, what we want to think about when we hear the word social media, we don't want to think that it's automatically something bad and frightening. I like to tell people who are older than me, think about social media being what the newspaper was in your day. For people who are younger than me, social media is just a way to get media out. It's just a whole lot quicker than it used to be back in the day. Now, for a newspaper, you had to wait the whole day to get it out. If you were using, you had to go to the store to buy it. So it delayed information. Social media now is just the same thing, except now it's technology and you can get the information super faster. But what's a way to use it where it becomes something healthy for you? I'm not going to go into the whole set of time limit on your phone. You can do that. You probably know that by now. But I want to help you see it in a different way in case you're going to use it for your business. Matter of fact, if you have a business and you are not using social media, you probably want to start today. Let's go. The first thing, social media is a tool. It's a tool. It's not something. It's not a human. It's a tool. So it's how you use it. A hammer in the hands of a baby is dangerous. A hammer in the hands of a carpenter is mastery. It's good work. It's how we use the tool. When people say social media has ruined relationships or ruined our attention span or ruined how people connect or pay attention, it's not true. It's the same thing that the newspaper was back in the day, right? You guys remember those old pictures when you would see a couple at the dinner table and the husband walks home from work, comes in, he puts his slippers on and he grabs the newspaper. He's reading that. It's what social media is. So social media is a tool. How do I use this tool as a business owner to benefit me? The first way that's not talked about a lot is your Explore page. Now, when you first open your Explore page and Instagram, it's any and everything can come up on that Explore page. So don't go too wild. Anything can come up on there. But after a while, what you start to look at, the algorithm starts to put more of that in your feed. So let's say you wanted to be a better hairdresser. I would go in and I would type in things like top hairdressers in the United States, top hairdressers in my area, and it will keep feeding you things like that. That's a healthy way to set it up to learn about more of the things that you want to do. Now, let's say I didn't want to learn about my competition. Let's just say I wanted to learn about golf. I would search golf things and it would start showing me that. This is good because now you get to allow your mind to see the things that you want to get better at. If I wanted to get better at golf, I might want to see more golf things. If I wanted to get better at communication, I might want to see more things about communicating. So I can set my feed up that way to allow me to see what I want to see. That makes sense. Let's move on. Number 2, another way to keep it healthy is a lot of people I would not have even known if it wasn't for social media. A lot of my good friends that I've become close to over the years, we live in different countries, different states. There's no way I can see them every day. There's no way I'm going to write them a letter every day. But I'm not writing a letter every day to nobody. But being able to hit them up, being able to cheer them on, being able to share their stuff is a healthy way to use it. You can use it for connections that you had or to build new connections. There's people now who I share their stuff because I want their business to grow because they have some amazing ideas and they do the same for me. So the first way you can use social media is monitoring your feed, setting it up the way you want it to be by putting in the things you want to learn about. Number 2 is having connections with people who you might not be able to get to. The third way to use it as a tool that's healthy is to share the solutions that your business solves. This is important. Most businesses don't fail because their ideas suck. They usually fail because they don't have enough customers. And if you don't have enough customers, you don't have a job. The doors will shut. So using social media as a way to talk about the solutions that my product or my service offers, using social media to sell the vacation, not the plane ride, is really, really good for a business owner. A lot of things that I do, I say social media is my community service to people. I give away a lot of information for free. You're looking at this right now, probably on YouTube, or if you're listening to the podcast. But if you're watching on Instagram, this is me using a podcast episode to share information. I want to share the solutions that my business solves. Why? Because people are going to gravitate to the problem that you're solving for them. There's 10,000 people in the world wearing hats. There's 10,000 people in the world wearing hoodies. There's 10,000 people in the world using a mic. That doesn't make me different. What makes me different is showing you a solution that makes sense to you. That you're getting leads. A business needs leads to get sales. Don't skip that. If you are a business owner and you plan on staying in business, you want to use social media. So let's recap again before we go on. Number one, I can use it to have my feed show me the things I want to get better at. Number two, to connect with people and keep the connection. This is people from the past or people in the future. Number three, I want to use it to show the world the solutions that I saw as a business owner. Now with all of those, you can easily get overwhelmed. So I'm going to give you the last tip of the day. Just do what you can. Everyone will tell you 5,000 ways to do it, 5,000 reasons to do it the way that they're doing it. I'm going to always say, and I got this from a fitness coach mainly, something is better than nothing. If you can show up once a week, show up once a week. Eventually you may grow more or have the clarity that you could do more. To show up once a week. Do what you can, because that consistency and being authentic can be seen and it can be felt. The last thing you want is every day coming on social media telling everybody that you don't want to be here. Just imagine as a business owner, every time you walked into a business and you met the person at the register and all they talked about was how bad they did not want to be there. You probably would leave or not come back. So do what you can. 2024 is coming up. Most people have predictions. I'm going to do 7 threads a day. I'm going to do 1 podcast a week. I'm going to do 15 stories a day. All of those things sound good. But I want you to ask the question, what can I stick to maybe for the first month and then maybe grow? What can I stick to for the first 3 months and then maybe grow? Take the pressure off of yourself from trying to perform like somebody else if you're not willing to do that work. That's okay. The number one thing I teach my students is be authentic to you and then be willing to challenge the old you. Be authentic to who you are and be willing to challenge the old you as well. As always, guys, these tips, these tricks, these wisdoms, these gems are here to help you. So if you have any questions about social media, about content, I would love for you to just send me a message. If you're watching on YouTube, you can go ahead and put it in the comments. If you're watching on Instagram or Facebook or LinkedIn or TikTok, you can leave it in the comments. If you're watching or listening by podcast, you also can put it in the comments as well. We want to help businesses do what we wanted when we first started. We wanted clarity, we wanted help, and we didn't want someone trying to hold back on us. So do me a favor, help us share this message with more people by liking this, by subscribing to this, and sharing it with a friend. You help us reach the world, and you help us give more solutions to more small business owners who deserve a chance to play big. Guys, do me a big favor. Go be great.